Well, hi friends, I'm Brian Cosby, this is Revive and Protect. You know, Christmas is right around the corner, and what I want to do today is give you my top 20 items for any guy on your list. So over the years, I've really come to appreciate a lot of different kinds of tools and gear and gadgets, really anything that guys would love to have. And Christmas is coming up, and maybe you're looking for a gift for someone on your list. And what I want to do is give you my top 20 things for this year, 2025. I will drop links for these things down below, as well as a lot of video reviews that I've done on this stuff down below as well. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing on my list are bags. Every guy loves to have a good backpack or a duffel or something. And these are all by Vertex, and they're a partner with us on our channel. But this one here is really nice. This is a Siege backpack. There's also a Siege sling, and I've done reviews on all this. But you can actually put in a bulletproof pad. There's one in here by Premier Body Armor, and which just makes it this kind of tactical thing where if you need to use this as some kind of shield or something, you can. So it's an interesting concept. Really like the idea. And this one is also one by Vertex. This is the Urban Ghost. Fantastic bag. This has a CCW compartment on the side right here. So if you need to access a weapon on the side, it's really nice, this big tab right here. So both of those excellent backpacks. This is a duffel by Vertex. Love this duffel bag. Just super roomy. I carry this thing all over the place. When I do traveling, going on camping retreats, stuff like that, I just take this with me. And it's just really nice, light colored on the inside, so it's easy to find stuff. But all three of these bags I highly, highly recommend. And we'll go into number 2 here. All right, so number 2 is this Propane Torch Gun. Now, this is not only a fun item to have for a guy, but also a useful tool. This is how you can sell it. Hey guys, if you're watching this, this is how you sell it to your wife, that this is also a tool. Because, you know, it's really nice to be able to use something like this to, you know, take care of weeds. Maybe your wife doesn't want you to spray chemicals on weeds or something that dogs might lick or something. So, you know, having something like this would be really handy. And the idea here is you got a little knob up here on the top. Turn that knob. See the flame? That's just fun. That's just fun. So yeah, number 2 on the list is this right here, Propane Torch Gun. All right, so number 3 on the list are jackets and this vest. Now these two here are by Vertex. Here's a nice vest. And what I love about this vest and this jacket by Vertex is not only are they warm, this vest would be great for fall, but also inside these pockets right here, there's a little zipper, and I can unzip them. And look, I can reach down and I can grab a weapon if I need to, if I'm concealed carry, you know, appendix carry. So that's kind of a nice little thing there. So I can just zip that back up on the inside. But nice, right? And then this jacket over here is from my own shop. So if you want to support our channel, then this is a nice soft shell jacket here from our shop. Again, drop all the stuff down below. But certainly on my list today are something that guys love to have, and that is some outerwear, jackets, and vests. All right, so the next item on the list is portable power. Every guy likes to have power when he is outside, whether he's camping, if he is tailgating or whatever, to have some kind of way to provide electricity for music, for their phones, or whatever else. This right here is amazing. This is the EcoFlow. This is the River 2 Max 500. It's a 1,000 watt output for this thing. I mean, you can run appliances on this. This would be good to have also for like prepping needs. You know, if the power goes out in your home or something like that. So this is amazing. Smaller ones, this is a very small little solar one. So going to be a lot cheaper than something like this. So if you're on a little bit more of a budget, then this is ideal because you can always charge up phones or whatever. You got USBs here on the top. So just put this in the sunlight and you can charge your stuff. And there's a smaller one. This is 100 watt right here. And again, I've got reviews on this stuff. I'll drop those down below. But 100 watts. But nice thing to have on top of here is this light, and you can use this light for all kinds of purposes. And even put on like that, like a dome or something like that, strobe. So anyway, I think having portable power is not only a fun thing to have, but it's also a necessary thing in case you lose power in your home. All right, so the next items on my list are related to gun stuff. And maybe your guy or the guy on your list has an interest in firearms. And these are 3 things or several things that I think would be really helpful. One of them is this right here. It's called Stopbox USA. It's a gun safe. And any kind of responsible firearm owner, gun owner, is going to have their firearm locked up at home. But you also want to be able to access it quickly in case someone breaks in or trying to harm you or harm your family or something. And something like this is really nice because you can put whatever kind of code or combination up here, and there's nothing digital. I mean, so it's not going to be reading your finger or your eye or anything like that, and that's a good thing because let's say you're sweaty or bloody or whatever, and you can't get something red on your finger. Well, then this is just mechanical, and I can just set a code. Open this up, grab a firearm, take care of business. That easy. So it's just a little bit push down and open this up. So Stopbox USA, excellent, excellent device. You can also lock this up with a cable and put this cable in your vehicle or by your nightstand or something like that. This right here is by Elite Survival Systems. This is a CCW concealed carry kind of chest pack, and you can see I've got a holster in here. And so the idea is that if you are out and about, if you're on your property doing projects and or somewhere else, or you're hiking, let's say you're hiking, and you want to carry a firearm, but you don't want it on your belt or in the back of your backpack. You want to have it accessible and right here on you. Well, this is ideal. This is ideal. So excellent, excellent little bag, chest pack, Elite Survival Systems. And then this is a gun bag, a range bag by Vertex. And I really like this one for a couple of unique features that it has. And so this whole flap opens up. You have all your stuff, down in here. It's got multiple pockets and everything else in here as well. I like it that you can see through this and you can see like what's in the bag. So it's kind of translucent like that. And then on this side right here is really cool. You open this whole thing up and you got drawers for like, ammo or whatever, more bags up here. Here could be like a cleaning mat right here. So it's a kind of all-in-one range bag. So really, really like this one a lot. And then one last thing, two last things I'll quickly mention is this Fix-It sticks. I always have a hard time saying that, Fix-It sticks. So if your guy in your list likes to do any kind of manipulation with his firearms, this is the toolkit to get, okay? So amazing toolkit. They're not the cheapest, but you can get different kinds on their website. So I'll drop links for that down below. And then for eyewear, MagnaLens is maybe the best. I love this system because in this system of eye protection, so whether he's working in the shop or he's out at the range, something like that, you want to have good eye protection. And this has all kinds of colors, really dark if it's really sunny out, clear, yellow, orange, whatever. And you can wear these just as normal, but the cool thing about these is that if you have, let's say some walkers like these, you can actually put on some brackets right here, and these will clip right there. And so you're not having to put, the eyewear, over the earpiece underneath your earmuffs. And so it's a lot more comfortable. And so MagnaLens also has their own earmuffs as well. I don't have them with me right now, but they have their own earmuffs as well. But MagnaLens, excellent, excellent eye protection for your shooting or your shop or whatever needs. All right, so I think every man should own a good axe. And I've got 3 of them here, different sizes, more of a longer one here. This is the Scandinavian Forest Axe, Granfors Brooks. This is the small forest axe, my favorite. And this is the little hatchet right here. So depending on what your guy on your list might like to do, if he likes to go camping, if you've got a wood stove or a fireplace or something like that, or he just likes to be out in the great outdoors, then having a good axe I think is just necessary. So anyway, axe is going to make the list today. All right, so the next thing on my list is this stove by InstaFire. This is a really kind of ingenious stove. So if you're going out camping, backpacking, something like this, got these little feet that come out, and man, this thing gets hot. And the way this works, you've got a little drawer right here, and you put your pellets or your wood or whatever in there, and then you can turn this on. There's like a fan, and it blows up the air in here, and it creates this like really powerful kind of stove here. So really cool because there's no gasoline. There's no propane or anything like that. It's just this stove. And on the top here, you take this top part off and you just put this down right here. And then these come out and you can feed sticks and stuff into the top right here as well, and put your pot pan on top. So pretty cool. So again, stove, I think it'd be a fun thing to have for any guy. All right, so next items on my list are things related to your vehicle. And this right here is a Noco Boost Plus. This is just peace of mind. I mean, you can start your car, your truck. I've even started an excavator with this thing. You just put these on the terminals of your battery. If your battery's dead or something, have this with you. Just charge it right up, and man, this delivers a strong pulse of power. So that's nice to have with you in your vehicle. And then these ratcheting straps, I really like these ratchet straps. What's amazing about these though is that if you've ever used these before and you're tying down something in the back of your truck or lumber or something, these things normally you've got to just do this the whole time and ratchet it, and then you got all this extra webbing everywhere that's just flying around. And so the nice thing about these is you can just kind of pull this out, hook it onto something. It comes with little clips so it doesn't just come off, and then you just push a button up here and it comes back in. It's really nice. So I've tend to use these all the time as compared to all my other ones, just because how convenient, just nice and tidy it is. So anyway, vehicle stuff, certainly gonna make the list today. All right, the next items on my list are related to first aid. And as a guy, I like to be prepared medically. And so whether it's in my vehicle, in my shop, in my home, in my side-by-side, or something else, to have a way to take care of myself and others in case I get hurt or someone else gets hurt. And these are great here. These are both by My Medic. And this is a little EDC version right here. This is life-saving. So this is not going to have your bumps, scrapes, bruises, Band-Aids. This is going to be for life-saving. I mean, you've got a tourniquet in here, chest seals in here, emergency pressure bandage in here, all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be, I carry this in kind of a EDC bag that I have with a firearm as well. And this just goes with me. This just lives in my vehicle because I just know that if I found or came across someone that was hurt or I was hurt, then this could save a life, okay? This is for a MIFAC, so a multi-person first aid kit, or MFAC I should say. And so this is a larger version, right? So this right here will be one that you can open up all the way. I'll show you this. Open up all the way, and it will have all kinds of stuff in here. And what I like about My Medic, USA company, but I also like that everything here is color-coded. So anything red over here is going to be related to blood. Blue is air. I think you got medication. Some of them are different colors for like burns, like orange is burn. So different stuff that's in here. But this would be great for a family. So we take this in a vehicle also when we're going on family vacations or trips or something. This just goes with us. And there's been plenty of times where we've been somewhere and we've had to use the stuff that's in these kits. But these are nice kits, and certainly I think for a guy, not only something that just gives that peace of mind, but also something that could save a life. All right, so next item on my list is a little chainsaw. I like this little one by DeWalt, just a 12-inch chainsaw. You might think, well, would you ever use that? Would a guy ever use that? Yes. I'm a steel guy. I have lots of chainsaws, a lot bigger ones. But I can't tell you how many times when I've just got a small tree or some branches or something, and I just want to take this out. I can handle it with one hand. Not that I have to, I can't recommend that. But it's just lightweight. And the nice thing about this is it's just easy to use, easy to operate, and it's just run on those batteries that you put on anything else that's DeWalt. So it's just really nice to have, and I've just been surprised how many times I pick this up or taken this in a vehicle. Nice thing about taking something like this in a vehicle, you don't have a lot of gasoline and oil just sloshing around everywhere. You can just take this with you, and that's really, really nice. So chainsaw is going to make my list today. All right, so I'm in my shop, and of course I need to talk about at least a couple of tools. I'm sure any guy in your list, or there's a number of tools that he would love to have, but let me just mention a few things as a gift idea. These right here are just, I don't know. I don't know how you could do it in our own world today without these two things right here, this impact driver and this drill. It's a set, combo set, and I first got my set of these back in the year 1999 or so, 2000, somewhere around there, 2001. And I've had several different ones through the years. And so these are amazing. These are fantastic. And not that I'm really pushing one brand over another, but these DeWalt ones I think are really, really handy. So I use them all the time. Those are excellent. So if he doesn't have something like that, then check the link down below. Also, I mentioned these earlier with the gun stuff, but these walkers are fantastic because not only can, it'll protect your hearing if you're doing stuff in the shop or firearms, but it has a little volume and knob right here. I can turn it on, and it's got these microphones right here, and I can hear people talking as like normal. But as soon as there's a loud bang or the saw starts or something like that, it muffles that sound immediately. So it's pretty amazing that I can just hear and talk and everything like normal. But then as soon as there's a loud sound, it just suppresses that noise. So these are really, really nice. And then I really like this little set. These just kind of go with me in my side-by-side, in my tool bag. It's just by Work Pro. I've got both SAE and metric. So they just kind of roll out. And what's nice about these wrenches here is that on this part right here, it's ratcheting, okay? So can you hear that? It's ratcheting. So that's really nice. And you can get into really tight spaces with that as well. So if you just can do this. So I don't know, it's just kind of creative. And I found that I use these more often than I thought I would. So like I said, they just kind of roll up in these little cases here. Just kind of roll them up. And now they look the same. And so I wrote on the outside Imperial or SAE and metric on these. So just anyway, I think something like this is just a great little 1-2 punch for having both metric and Imperial with you. So I think any guy would love to have those. All right, so a couple of accessories that I think your guy would like is one are these Fast Fit Mechanics Fast Fit gloves. I like them because they're fast fit. You can just slide your hand right in. And these are fantastic. These are my favorite work gloves, shooting gloves. They're just fantastic. And I like it that you don't have the Velcro. And the reason I don't like the Velcro on a lot of these gloves is because sometimes you have cuffs on a jacket or a sleeve, and that Velcro starts ripping the fabric off those. And so I like these fast fit ones because I can just do that. I don't have to, if I just need to do this one hand with my teeth and just pull it off if I'm busy doing something else, another kind of project. So these are great. They're not like those big bulky gloves that just kind of bunch up or get in the way. So really, really like these a lot. And then a shooter's belt. So gloves, belt, shooter's belt here. And this one right here is by Elite Survival Systems and made in the USA. Fantastic. Got a Cobra buckle on here. And the thing about a shooter's belt like this is it's going to be rigid. Okay, so the whole thing is going to be very rigid, and it's going to be a strong, very strong buckle. And you want rigidity when you have a holster on here. So it's not going to be kind of flopping on you or anything like that. So this really, really nice belt. I've really appreciated this, and oftentimes this is what I will wear during the day if I'm going downtown or if I'm going to the range or anything like that. This is what I'll wear. So anyway, gloves and belt. All right, guys, you knew I was going to talk about knives, right? I mean, every guy loves knives. So here's a few. These are kind of more EDC down here. So Benchmade Bug Out, very, very popular knife. It's very popular because it's so lightweight and easy to use. So this is an excellent blade right here. Benchmade Bug Out, fantastic. Buck knives. So this is the Range Elite. This is a new knife in their lineup, and also I think MagnaCut. Yeah, MagnaCut steel. So fantastic for buck knife. A first for them, and a first for this kind of, that kind of axis type style locking mechanism there. So anyway, buck knives, and this is the Off-Grid Knife Stinger EDC. One of my absolute favorite EDC knives. So Off-Grid Knives Stinger EDC. Of course, every man needs to have some kind of multi-tool. There's a Leatherman here. Gerber makes some good ones as well. And then fixed blade. So here's an SE6. You can see I've been beating with this quite a bit here. So good USA knife. This is a large one, right? They make the SE4, 5, 6, 3 as well. My favorite all-around outdoor kind of bushcraft survival kind of knife is this right here. It's by Scallywag Tactical. It's called the Wanderer. Nice sharp 90 on there. You can throw sparks, and it has one of the ferro rods that comes with the sheath here. So excellent all around all around kind of outdoor. If he likes camping, hiking, any of that kind of stuff, would be ideal for that. So a few knives for you. Every guy loves a knife. All right, so continuing the theme of EDC are flashlights, and I've got 3 of them here. This is a little bit older one here, this O-Light, and I can't remember what it's called actually off the top of my head, but you can see it there. I5T EOS, I guess maybe that's what it's called. But I like it because it's just simple, on, off, you know, so pretty simple light. And I do like the double clip on top, so you can put this on the, you know, the bill of your cap and kind of use that as a headlamp. So that's really nice. This one right here is by Princeton Tech. And so this one, you know, you turn it on, it goes to a color. Actually has several different colors on there. Green, blue. I push and hold, it goes to the white, and then I can push and hold and it goes really dim. Okay. And I can push and hold and it goes really bright again. So that's just very, very powerful light. And again, this is by Princeton Tech. They make very high quality flashlights. And then this one just came out. This was just released this month, actually. And this is the Arc Pro, also by O-Light. You got like a floodlight. You've got a spotlight. And then you've got a UV light here, okay? But in all of these, I can push and hold to this middle, and it goes to different brightness settings, all the way back to the lowest, medium, high, and the same true with the spotlight, low, medium, high, and so forth. And in addition to that, it also has a laser on the side. So you can do that laser, I push and hold, it goes to a smaller or a lower intensity laser, push and hold to a higher intensity laser. So, you know, that's really nice. So fantastic little flashlight, nice looking flashlight, grippy stuff on the side. Also that double clip here as well. You can charge this by USB-C or the charger they give you. So fantastic little flashlight by O-Light. All right, next item on my list is this really cool fire starting kit. So really kind of nice kit. This is by Blackbeard Fire. And you've got a couple of ways of starting a fire. You've got, you know, just normal ferro rod there. You've also got a way to charge this little plasma lighter here. So you just kind of push this button, this thing pops open, and then let's see that right there. So a little arc lighter, kind of plasma arc lighter there. So really cool. I think you can, I think one full charge of this is like 300 lights. And then of course you got this. You got multiple ways to start a fire, just charge it up by that. This, and these little ropes right here, these are kind of like fire starting ropes. And USA made here, and they're infused with like oils and waxes, non-toxic. And I've literally held these underwater and then pulled them out of the water, and I've put them, you know, lit them on fire and put them back in the water, like back in a river, and they floated and they, you know, they kept burning. So pretty amazing. So nice little fire kit. That's kind of a fun thing to have, but also could be a life-saving thing to have, you know, for any guy, you know, on your list. All right, so next item on my list is communications. And here's a variety of things here. Got some walkie-talkies. So we use these for hiking. We use these on our property. If I need to run a chainsaw, I'll leave one with my wife and kids, and I take one with me. So, you know, these also come with holsters. I don't have them with me right now, but come with holsters. So these are 2 watts, so they have a little bit more power to those. This is a Garmin InReach Mini 2. This is a GPS communicator. You can communicate with anybody in the world. If I'm in the middle of like an ocean somewhere, I can still communicate back home. I can't talk with it, but I can text on this thing, or I can actually go to social media on this thing as well. So fantastic little device. They're not cheap, but I mean, if you are out in, you know, where there's no service, you know, you're in the middle of Alaska or something like that, and you don't have any kind of service, well, something like this might be, you know, a life-saving thing to have. So, and then some amazing CBs. These are portable CBs by Midland. So they are sponsors of our channel, so full disclosure on that. And they sent these to me, and these are fantastic. We did a review on these and posted that, I don't know, a few days ago. So these are fantastic little 2-way CB radios. And of course, you know, not only be able to communicate with anybody like truckers, but also emergency and Southwest Virginia for today and tonight. Extremely. So you can also pick up weather, you know, all that kind of stuff. So really, really nice. And then if your guy is into ham radios, then this is a great kit by Tigrit Outdoors. Here is a Bofang. This is the newer model, Bofang. So this is the BF F8 HP. A couple different kinds of antennas. I'm not going to pull it all out, but a couple different kinds of antennas on here and some other stuff they add. A solar charger, a bigger battery, some other stuff in this little kit. But again, it's by Tigrit Outdoors. Again, I'll drop a link for them down below. All right, so this is a fun item. This is a little drone by DJI, and this thing will take off from your hand. It will follow you if you want it to. It will fly in front of you. It will do circles around you. It will go up, really high into the sky above you and then come back down. I mean, this thing right here is just such a fun little friend to have. And you just take off this cover and it can recognize your face if you want to do that. And, the funny thing is, I mean, a lot of us, I use this all the time, of course, for YouTube videos, but we've been to like a homestead festival, and I was able to use this and fly it up over the festival, over the whole thing, and kind of get my bearings, like see where everything was at this huge festival that I was at. And that was kind of nice. And then it comes back down and just lands in your hand and takes off from your hand. You can get a controller for it. You can control it from your phone. I mean, there's a lot of features on this little drone, and it's not very expensive as drones go. It's not very expensive. So, and I just got this kind of case, aftermarket case I found, I think on Amazon or something, a couple extra batteries in there. So fun little drone to have. So, I think any guy would love to have a little toy like this. All right, so we're rounding out the list today, and the last thing I want to mention is this stool. I really like this DeWalt shop stool here. And I mean, it has these casters on the bottom so I can roll around in my shop. It goes up and it goes down. It spins all the way around. It's kind of fun. It's very comfortable. It's padded. Got a little shelf underneath down here as well. So this is just a great little stool overall. Got a little bit of a back to it, not much, but just a thing will kind of, you set back a little bit, which is kind of nice. So I just use this all the time here in my shop. So I think any guy would love to have a stool like this, just to think, to write poetry, to do wonderful things around his workshop. Well, guys, I hope it's been helpful for you today. And again, I'll drop links for this stuff down below, as well as video reviews for a lot of the stuff down below as well. But thanks so much for your support for us and for our channel. If you've not done so, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel. We'll see you in the next video.